In this video, I want to show you how you can use bar charts to visualize how your data points are over target or under target using colors. We're going to go through it step by step together, and we're also going to look at how you can create an adjustable target using parameters. All of that and more, so without further ado, let's get started. Hi, my name is Fernan, and welcome to the Solutions Abroad YouTube channel, where we cover tips, tricks, and best practices when working with Power BI. I upload new videos every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when a new one is out. So this idea that we are going to look at today was actually inspired by the IBCS standards, which if you've not seen yet, go check out this video. But the idea of this visual is to show not only the data values in the bar chart, but also visually represent if it's over or under target using colors. So over target will show as green above the target, or if it's under target, it will visualize the difference as gray. So let's have a look at this simple file that I created. It just has one table, head count. And if you look at the contents of that table itself, it just has two columns, date, which is in various months, and actuals. So in this case, the actual is the monthly headcount for this fictional dataset that we're building. So the first thing we want to do from here is actually to create and set the target for our headcount. Now, you may already have targets set up, and maybe you even have different targets for each month. The method of how you get the target is up to you, but in this case, we'll just set the same target across all the months, and we'll adjust it using parameters. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll go back to the report view here. Under modeling, we'll create a new numeric range parameter. So this is the slicer that we will add to the page to adjust our headcount target. So I'm just gonna name this one target, leave it as a whole number, minimum and maximum value, how far it goes up and down. We'll give it, let's say 5,000, and we want it increments of tens. So we'll add the slicer to the page, which will give us this with the slider here. And you'll see that this is what we'll use to adjust the target later on. So what it's done, along with just adding this this visual element, is created as a dynamic table here with a measure target value, which is what we'll use for our calculations later. So first, to construct the bar chart, we need to break it down into three parts. The actual value, which is the main value we want to represent, in this case the head count. Then we want the over target value, which will be the green part, and then the under target value, which is the gray part of the bar chart that we want. So in order to create the distinction in the bar charts later on, we need to create them as separate measures. So let's start with the over and under target values, as it's the easiest to write. So I'm gonna head over to head count. We'll create a new measure. What we'll do is write over target like this, and we'll first need to wrap the head count on its own aggregation. So head count, because we're gonna reuse this later. So sum of head count actual, then return. So from here, we want to wrap it with an if statement. If head count is greater than target value, we want to do head count minus target value. So this measure essentially checks if the month is over target, and if it is over target, it then calculates how much it went over the target by. So you'll see that before we do the calculation of head count minus target value, we actually wrap it with an if statement first to check if the head count is definitely over target, because if it's not, it means it's under target, which, as we said, we are going to create as a separate measure later on. With the if statement, we also then add a third parameter, because we want the measure to return nothing if the value is under target. So maybe it's easier if I put it in a table so you can see what I'm talking about. So these are the dates that we have. We have the actuals here, and then we have our target value, which is what we've selected up there, And then if I drag the measure next to it, you will see that it gives me the values that, or the actuals that are over target, which in this case, March is bigger than the target value here, which is why we have the over target. And if they are underneath the target value, if they didn't reach it yet, it will stay blank, which we have left empty in our calculation. So now let's do the same thing, the opposite way to the under target. So to make it easier, I'm just gonna copy this one, new measure, call this under target, and we want to say if the target value is greater than the head count, then we want to do target value minus head count, like this. So now it will give us the opposite. So if it's under target, it will give us what is it, how far is it from the target. So this is what it should show. So now you can see that they are all in this table, and with the target value being adjustable, it means that if I drag this slicer around, you'll see that the values in target value, over target, and under target are all recalculating. The last thing that we need to create is the actual bar itself, which has to be different from the actual value here in our head count, depending on if the dates are over or under budget. So I'm going to create a new measure here. I'm going to name it actual value. And this one also, we're gonna recreate the head count variable, and then we're gonna wrap both the head count and the target value with a min. So what it does is it basically chooses the smallest value between the head count and the target values. If the month is under target, for example, you want the bar to show the actual value and then another bar that colors all the way to the target value. The opposite is true for months that are over target. So we want a bar that first stops at a target value and then another bar color all the way to its actual value. And that's why we are recalculating the actual value like this. So now that the DAX part is done, now we're on to the good stuff. So let's start to create our bar chart then. So I'm gonna move it to the side here. For this, we were going to use the stacked column chart like this. For the axis, we will use the dates. And then for the y-axis, we want to first use the actual value that we did, put it in the y-axis. So it will give us the values. And then we want to drag the over target and the under target. Just need to make sure that they are on top of your actual values here on the visual. If we format this this chart a little bit, maybe let's change the column colors, actual values to black. Over target we want to show as green, because they are above the target, and then under target we want to show as gray like this. And there you go. So you can see that all the months have the same target, which is all in this one line here. And then you can see that with the color coding, if the month is under target or over target, you can see and easily see how far it is by. And as I mentioned, your targets can be variable in different months, or it could be preset. But in our case, because we hooked it into a parameter which gives a single target across all the months, if we adjust this slicer, you will see that the values over target and under target also changes here on our bar chart. And that's really it for this video. I hope you now know how easy it is to create and visualize bar charts while showing variances using this trick in Power BI. Thanks for watching. As usual, give this video a like if you found it useful. Give it a dislike if you didn't, so I know to do better for next time. Ask your questions in the comment section box below so I can help you and you can help others. If you really like this video, we have a Patreon page where you can support the channel and get exclusive perks like early access, demo files, and credits at the end of these videos. Thanks again for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.